By the end of this video, you're going to know how to make DIY garden fertilizers and why most other homemade fertilizers don't work. Hey, it's C, your ready gardener here. On this channel, I talk about all things container gardening. If you would like to know easy and affordable ways to start and maintain a successful container garden, subscribe to the channel today. Let's get to it. All right, we're going to start with making the apple cider vinegar first. I'm going to use a clean, dried out plastic container. I love to upcycle containers. So we want to put 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar for 1 gallon. And this is a gallon size jug. Now you can put 2 tablespoons if you like, but please know that your plant is able to handle that. After that, we're going to fill up the jug with water, shake it so it can get completely mixed in. And there we'll have our apple cider vinegar. So here's some plants that this works great for. I'm going to put up this nutrient chart here, and there will also be a link in the description for this chart as well. If you intend to store this for a certain amount of time, please always remember to label your fertilizer so you know what you made. And even if you want to put on that label what plants you intend to use it for. But always label, keep in a cool, dark area. I wouldn't keep it for too long, maybe a few weeks at best. That's just my general rule of thumb. I'm sure it'll last much longer than that, but I just like to not keep things longer than a month. The next fertilizer we are going to make is molasses fertilizer. So we need to use 1 or 2 tablespoons per gallon. Molasses fertilizer works for most plants, actually. It's really good for all your plants. The one thing you do not want to do is take molasses and pour it directly into the soil of your plants. You never want to do that. You want to mix it with water. So you want to mix it with warm water so it can mix very well. So while I continue to make the molasses fertilizer, take a look at the nutrient chart here for the molasses fertilizer and what plants best benefit from this type of fertilizer as well. Now you want to shake this up really good. You want to get the molasses really mixed in there. It shouldn't be anything sticking to the bottom at all. And always, again, remember to label it. Now with the molasses fertilizer, I would not keep this past maybe like 3 weeks. Okay. Because it will start to ferment. All right. So I would say try to do it in 2 weeks or less. Use that. Okay, so after this workout, we are going to water the rose plant. I'm going to use half of the molasses fertilizer to water the base of the rose plant. So I used about half of the molasses fertilizer on the rose bush. Now I'm going to take what's left of the molasses fertilizer and some of or about half of the apple cider vinegar and pour it into 1 watering container. I'm going to water my elderberry bushes with that mixture and a few other plants as well. With the rest of the apple cider vinegar, I'm going to water the banana plants. Hey, if you want to know everything about container gardening from starting to maintaining a container garden, even reviving a dead garden, look, I got a crazy deal for you. Look in the description and see the link to my course to help you have a successful container garden. All right, so we're also going to talk about that common myth about do-it-yourself fertilizers don't work. That is not true. All we need to do is just make sure that, again, we use a combination of fertilizers so that way our plants can grow. Sometimes we just need to get a pH tester or a nutrient tester to see what our plants need. Okay, we don't want to just be feeding random fertilizers to our plants. We want to make sure we know what our plants need. And that's first knowing your plants. We want to make sure that we know our plants. We want to know what kind of environment our plants like. We want to know what kind of nutrients they need more so than other nutrients. Once we have that information, we can make fertilizers that work for our plants. All right, so now you have two fertilizer recipes that you can use in your own garden. Don't forget the nutrient recipes, and the information is in the description. Okay, so check that out. And if you learn anything from this video today, give it a like. Remember, I want to help you plant your vision into reality. Other than that, I hope to see you in the next video, y'all willing. Shalom.